Alright, I gotta try and squeeze in one more run today. Unfortunately, it can't save in the middle of a run, so kind of locked in once I start it. Should be okay. Might end up rushing a little bit, but we'll see. Day 6. One important story detail that I didn't quite pick up on till watching the previous day's recording. Well, saying day is confusing. This is still the same real day for these first 3 sessions. Oh, I misspelled it in my notes, I think. Or did I? Cinca? Or maybe auto-corrected. Cincaco. Our mother was the heiress to Cincaco before she went missing. That's definitely got to be some foul play, like the thing suggested. I'm going to go straight to the outer room. It takes some steps to go here. You sacrifice some early steps to do this early. I'm also curious about the garage. I'm guessing I cannot get in from the outside until I go through the inside, but I would like to be sure. Also, about the garage, I'm going to guess that I cannot get into the garage from the inside. To get to the garage room, I have to come. It's going to always be in the same grid spot, and the door is always going to be at the bottom, so I have to go into it from the bottom. If that made any sense. So there are 8 different rooms I can get here. Let's pick a new one. Shelter protects you from the negative effects of the next 3 rooms drafted. Oh. I would like to review what those negative effects are. I actually want to play with this one. I probably don't have to actually step in here for that effect, do I? Let's find out. I want to look around in here anyway. And then if it turns out we did not need to come in, then we won't have to next time. There is a note here, notice of termination. Oh, we've heard Mr. Ravane. He was mentioned in a letter. Where was that letter? That, shoot, okay, let me just do a search. Ravane? Denny Ravane. A note in the mailroom. Okay. Because there was a note to return any items that were addressed to Mr. Ravane. Your half-hearted dedication and maintenance of the grounds have been greatly appreciated. However, I regret to inform you that your services as the groundskeeper... Okay, he was a groundskeeper. Let's... Former groundskeeper. At Mount Holly will no longer be required, effective immediately. This decision has been made after careful consideration and is based upon repeated observations and documented instances of neglect in the performance of your duties. The state of the green rooms, in particular, has deteriorated significantly over the last few months, which reflect poorly on the rest of the staff. You are required to vacate the hovel by the 20th of March, ensuring all tools and equipment belonging to the estate are returned to the tool shed in good condition. Your final wages will be settled promptly upon completion of these instructions. We thank you for your time and service and wish you the best in your future endeavors. Anne Babbage. We got a first name for Babbage. Okay. Oh, those pipes are something. Okay. Okay, wait. I have to make notes. Make notes. Where's my room notes for the outside? The hovel. This thing might be permanently lit, but I'm gonna make a note just in case. Let's see. Call it a valve. That was inside here. Lights. One of the torches. I guess torch isn't the right word for that. It's close enough. Around the what do I call that place? The waterfall lookout, maybe. Clear enough. And I have a note about that waterfall somewhere else. I think I had it in my section on the outer grounds. Let me actually now move that note to my kind of general secrets page. And those suspicious yellow pipes that I noted down, not, or they, I guess they are less suspicious now. Let me make sure I have this clearly noted on what's going on here. I'm gonna say, note down where all these locations are. There should be 3 others. Hovel is the first one. Okay. Cool. That's exciting. Don't see anything else noteworthy. Let's do a quick run over to the garage just to be absolutely sure that there's nothing I can do there. Well, I cannot even get to the garage. That's interesting. Who puts that bridge there while I'm lurking around the house? That's suspicious. Okay, so I had another thought. Why open these one by one? Let's just open them all. There is a different thing here. Oh, the allowance. Fantastic. How did I miss that? I almost missed it again, so. Okay. Got the bedroom. We got a closet. I think we're going to take the den. Kind of going off the same theme of last time of new rooms and rooms that have lots of connections because I want to get more rooms. Oh, the storeroom is tempting. The bedroom would not be bad. Well, I mean, the bedroom is kind of a nothing room. There's a chance for at least a gem, though. The hallway. Always good. Here. Because it connects over. I think I'm just going to take the storeroom, though. It's hard to pass up on the money and the gem and the key. I'm just going to take that and grab it right away. No reason not to, I think. I don't suppose this room has a chance of like an extra gem or anything. Oh, that's sneaky. What are you? Take a quick screen cap of that. Throw that in my images page. This was found in the storeroom. Right? That's where I am, the storeroom. Yes. Let me also make a note down here. Found a picture of a blue bird. It is what that is, right? A blue bird and a striped outfit. Looks like a swimming outfit or something. Little swimming cap. I don't suppose this has some connection to the bird baths. Somehow. I mean, I don't know what it's trying to say about it, but... it's really weird. It's just like a weird little hidden thing that doesn't seem to mean anything. Alright. Well, I've got it there in case it does turn out to mean something later. What do we do here? I should just take the guest room, huh? Ooh, the parlor has more gems. I do like gems. Okay, I don't know. I don't want to get too traumatized by running out of steps. Let's pick the parlor. Though it doesn't unlock too much in terms of paths since it just connects right to the same one that the den does. But it does unlock future paths by way of gems. Interesting. Okay, we're not at the edge of the house, so the curtains are closed. This is the first time I think that I've opened the parlor. Well, not at the edge of the house. I think possibly. Okay, what do we have? This box is the black box. I disagree. This box is the blue box. I also disagree. So those are both false, which means this one is true. The box that claims to be the black box has the gems. Wait. We're going to go right here since we don't want to backtrack and lose a step. We can get a key or a drawing room, though only one of the doorways is connected through. That's fine, I suppose. If I wanted to get to the garage again, that would be, I think it was the 4th row. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to get to here and then go up. If I wanted to do that, I could potentially, I guess, with either of these. Oh, right, and it's got step requirement now instead of gems. Okay, 3 steps is not terrible. Does potentially add up a lot. Now, I do have another reason to go looking in the drawing room because there was something I noticed in the recording of my first session that I didn't really pay close attention to here. I have a feeling it's not going to be anything, but I do want to take a closer look. So let's just do that. And I got to re-roll on the other room that it connects to. Okay, let's first make sure there's no like extra items around. Okay, I still need to go in here. There is a box. And there is a gem in there that I can grab. You can always come back. Okay, so the thing I noticed, these arrows are on all of the images with different lengths. They seem just kind of be measuring the stride of the people walking. Now, the reason why this could actually just be nothing is because I don't have an example anywhere, but in various screens that these arrows show up just because they're a blueprint thing. So they are, it is likely just nothing and just part of the aesthetic. Okay, but I want to take a look at a few of these. There's how many different images are there? We've got this guy with the umbrella on the ground, this guy with the cane, this lady in the dress, and we got this boy running. And we have a horse. Okay, noting that I will be noting those down in more detail later in case that's relevant somehow somewhere else. Now, do I want to go in here first or up? I should at least open the door. Okay, I don't like any of those, especially if I want to get to the garage again. Billiard room, that'll give me keys, which I could use to open the trunk. Commissary, not a bad choice either. Kitchen, these are all actually good choices. I'm feeling the key because I don't have a lot of keys, and there's probably a good chance that the other door of one of these will be locked. And I do want to test to see if I can get into the garage again. The garage will also have keys. And I like this puzzle, so that'll be fun to do again. All right, 2 times 10. Oh, okay, here we go. This is an interesting one, right? Ooh, we're testing. Okay, I didn't see this. That's why it was interesting. For some reason, my eyes just didn't notice the color there. That's weird. 19 minus 9 is 10 divided by 2. Wait, where's 5? There it is, 5. Okay, 20 minus 15 is 5 times 3 is 15 divided by 15 is 1. That is a silver key. Yeah, not just any key. Security and gymnasium. I have to take one of these for the novelty. I think security is potentially the bigger one to take. Let's do it. I haven't found any other new rooms this run yet, have I? No. Okay, so I need to read about this one. Let's just go ahead and... Not billiard room. Alright, where is the security room? Here we are. Number 34. Surely I'm going to have some notes about this room. Security room. Alright. What does this say? A control room with state-of-the-art surveillance equipment, inventory system, and access control via an electric computer terminal. This room is where the estate's patrol guards kick up their feet and thank their stars they are living in a modern era. Only standard rarity, huh? Ah! Wow, what a crappy frame rate and lag there. Yeah, so dramatic. Where's that camera? There's some sneaky cameras. Oh yeah, look at it update. I guess the character doesn't have any animation in there. It just jumps around between different spots. Actually, does it even update when I'm moving? Okay, it does. Got a note here. Blue memos, true. Red memos, lies. Unless written by hand, I think is what that's saying. That's curious. Let me make a note of this. Let me spell it correctly. Unless written by hand, I think is what that says. I've found several red notes. Red memos. Let me find some of them in here. I was not paying attention to whether they are handwritten or not. Like there was one in the laboratory that said electronic mail can only be accessed via the security terminal. That one was not written by hand. I don't think. There's one in the conference room I have not read yet. I don't think I found any blue memos, have I? The hallway had one that said the doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. I feel like that one in my experience has been true. But depending on how much more likely, it could be really hard to tell from only a handful of experiences. The commissary will be closed day 12 to 16. That's the only other note I have. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to be looking at the clocks in that weight room. There was something weird there. Okay, I can use the terminal here. It's got a white knight chess piece as well. Okay. What's over on this half? There's a bulletin board over here. Ew. And this room can probably be powered, no? And maybe have some other functionality? Staff notice. Is this the same note? This looks like the same note with the same scribbled out terminal password. I've got like 3 different things I can try. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked, and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Here's one that's clearly following the note I just found about red memos being lies. Let me note this down here anyway. Okay, okay, but now I've got to also note down that this is not handwritten and therefore a lie. And we also know from experience, since we found one of these levers and witnessed it unlocking a door. Here's a blue one. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. I mean, that sounds reasonable anyway. Okay, but this should be a true one. Let me write this down as well. Maybe just do a summary. More likely in the higher ranks. Okay, and then likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. So, okay, maybe the note about keys or about doors being locked on the west was a lie. And this is the actual truth. That is a possibility. Normal doors more likely to be locked as you go north, as you progress north. Okay. Interesting. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So, okay, I'm now going to assume that this is the actual case, and that west is no more likely to be locked than east if you're on the lower levels. See, this is what I'm talking about. These arrows, they're everywhere. Just to kind of go with the blueprint aesthetic, I think. So the garage should be north. Let's check the terminal first, though, actually. Mount Holly Security. View estate inventory. The following is a detailed list of items currently in the house that have yet to be collected. This list will be updated as new rooms are added. 1 gem, 1 trunk. I know exactly where those are. The keycard system. Security doors are doors within the estate that can only be unlocked with an electronic keycard. Ooh, I wonder, is that keycard I found, like the keys, will it be found in different places, or is it guaranteed to be in that spot? Okay, well, a keycard system is currently operational. Keycard system settings. Security level medium offline mode locked. Security level determines the amount of keycard security doors that will be deployed in your estate. You should expect to see 1 or 2 security doors with low setting, 5 or 6 with high setting. So why would you not want it to be low? What is the advantage of setting it high? I don't want to mess with this yet, I think, until I maybe understand more. This mode determines the default setting for security doors. The default setting the security doors will be set to if power is lost during a blackout, for example. As a general safety rule, offline mode should be set to unlocked if any staff are working on the estate. Well, I'm working on the estate, so okay, I'll unlock it. Okay, I'm going to assume this is the same terminal password as the other one. Alright, so my very first guess that I found just from looking at the images myself. Do I need to be capitalized? Oh, okay. That one is out. Do I get more attempts? Next is the license plate. License plate is also incorrect. My third guess is Swimbird. Incorrect. No way. I wouldn't be surprised if these were thrown in to make it look like they could be the password just to kind of throw you off. All right. Anyway, let's check the garage. No, the garage isn't here. So how does this work then? Am I off by something? No, this is where the garage should be. I guess it's just not guaranteed to be here. I was hoping it'd just be a guaranteed option in this spot when you come at it from below. Unless, is there any reason that it actually has to be in this spot? Maybe it just only has to be along the left edge, and it's just somewhere along the left edge. We don't know where yet. But I think I would still have to come at it from below, right? Unless there's different variations of it. Interesting. All right, well, anyway. I should not take the guest room because I want more options. So we'll take the West Wing Hall. Let's see what's down here. Tempted to take the observatory to get those stars going. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna burn through my steps like crazy. This one's got a white knight. I don't know if I have that one written down. I do. Although not the color of it. I think this is one I wrote down. This is one of the first ones I wrote down while looking at the recording. Before I decided to write down the color. So we've got 3 stars. Now, the one we get for 3 stars is 3 steps. Oh, hey. I mean, I'm about to go back out, so... cool, but... yeah. Hey, this looks familiar. What is that? That's where we currently are. Right? Yeah. Curious. All right. Let's go back. Now where I still have the den. I'm going to have to go back through there at some point, but I don't want to do too much backtracking for concern out of wasted steps. I mean, it's only a couple of rooms away. Oh well, let's keep going. Okay, let's open both of these. Hallway, corridor, or a commissary. Hallway, just for the connection. Well, anything I would want to buy with my small bit of money. We buy things like gems and keys and items. Might regret it, but let's do it. So this one should be a lie, I think. Okay, and that would be nice because I don't know. I guess it's kind of weird having these sorts of things on specific days. You know what? Okay, actually, now that I think about it, that one's probably alive, so we can ignore it. This one, my guess is after these days, new days will come at like 40 something, right? Like another 20 offset. It does look like a W, doesn't it? Now that I'm expecting to see it there. Okay, hold on. Man. This could be like a D or a G. This looks like an N to me. And this looks like it could be an O. Maybe it's some combination of these ones that I've found already. So my guess is S, W, something, something, ONG. Which doesn't match exactly any that I found so far, any of my previous tries. Yeah, it's just the middle is hard. I remember thinking this was an S. It does kind of look like it could be an S. You know, maybe it's a combination of things that I've thought. Maybe it's a swim song. What else could it be? I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Anything else going on? Let's open the shop. We got salt shaker, shovel, sleeping mask, metal detector. Probably take the sleeping mask, honestly. Salt shaker wouldn't be terrible either. I'll take the sleeping mask. I'm gonna need those extra steps. Assuming I can even find any bedrooms. I forgot to open this door before I even went in the other one. I like opening all the doors before making a choice. See, here's the garage. Now, here's a question. Is this the one grid that the garage can be used on this run? Or does the garage have potential to appear on a different western wall if I skip it this time? And the breaker box. It's a good one. Well, good in the sense that I need to figure it out. I want the extra keys. This is going to limit us to the den. That's all right. And I wonder, with the keys, do I actually even drive the car, or is it just getting into the car and there's something to find in it? All right, we gotta find a bedroom or two, or food. Do any other clock? None of these other clocks have weird arrows on the. Oh yeah, they do. Okay, there we go. Okay. I think it's just kind of this clock model has those arrows, and they're reused in a few rooms. All right. Since that's probably all it is, I'm just gonna make a note of that so I don't get confused about it later. Is that the same model? I have a picture of the one that was in the weight room. I think it's the same. The angle makes it a little hard to tell. Oh well. Alright, let's go out the next doorway. This is our only option. After we do this, of course, don't forget this. Oh, more keys. Fantastic. Oh, no. I need the bedroom. Okay, actually, wait, what am I don't care about gems. Why am I worrying about gems? Are they used for anything else? I kind of take the hallway to not use all those steps at this point. This is actually kind of bad with how few connections there are going around. What is this shadow moving across? That's kind of scary. I suppose it's like a shadow being weird from outdoors. What's from the fireplace? What the heck? That's not how light works. Is it from the fireplace? These shadows are kind of janky. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. No, I don't think that's true anymore. Make a note of that in my notes. Pantry or guest room? I really want the guest room, just... Oh, it's over. Dang it. Even when I'm kind of trying to give myself more rooms to connect, just sometimes it doesn't work out. I mean, I guess I just really had to sacrifice the steps on the other one, didn't I? That would have been the better option, I guess. Probably. Let's go see what the other room is. I can grab the nursery. Oh, wait, I can grab coat check. Let's do it. Where's coat check here? $38. A cloakroom where guests may leave their coats, bags, or hats in exchange for a claim ticket. This floor plan was usually drafted adjoining the entrance hall during larger social events such as a ball or gala. Makes sense. Let's see what this room is all about. Oh. Check item or retrieve item. Wait, how is that different from this? It's not. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Check. Let's check the sleeping mask. Not responsible for content of garments or articles left overnight. Can retrieve this item on any day you have a coat check in your house. Anything else going on with this room? It doesn't seem like it. Alright, I've got 14 steps. Is there anything else I could do? I'm gonna go back to the security room. I doubt there's anything I can do outside. Did I note down this one for the drafting room? Or drawing room? That's what this is, right? Yeah, drawing room. Yet another pawn. Well, I mean, in normal chess, you know, there are a lot more pawns than other pieces, so maybe that's why. Lots of interesting rooms here that I've yet to discover. It looks like a vault. I recognize this from a photo that we found, I think, in the archives or the dark room. Or maybe it was the same room in both. That camera and that camera are the same. Baby room there. Display cases. Pool or bath. None of these notes are actual notes. Anything else I can do here? Yeah, got everything there. Alright, let me double check here. What? SW something, I think. What about Swan Song? Is that a thing? Oh, that's it! No way. I'm actually kind of surprised I got that. Staff services. Punch in, punch out. This service has been temporarily disabled as of November 4th. All work has been suspended at Mount Holly, and all domestic staff have been placed on an extended paid leave in accordance with the instructions left by the old man himself. See Ms. Badbidge for more detail. Saturday, November 7th. I don't think anyone else has access to this network this month except you, Simon, so if you're reading this, just know we're all rooting for you. Your friends in faithful service. How nice of them. Request schedule change. This service has been temporarily disabled. Same message. Special orders. If you would like to get a specific brand of gum or your favorite fruit, the commissary is now taking special orders for all members of the staff. The special orders can take 1 to 3 days. Place special order. What would you like to order? A brass compass, a magnifying... This is a kitchen. No, it's a commissary. I was getting confused with the kitchen for some reason. Brass compass, magnifying glass, metal detector, running shoes, shovel, sleeping mask, sledgehammer. I want to request something I've never gotten before. Let's try a brass compass. This order is estimated to take 1 to 2 days. Okay, we expect a brass compass tomorrow or the day after. That was under staff services, yes. Okay, that was all the staff services. Remote terminal access. It is possible to connect it to other active terminals elsewhere on the estate using RTA, remote terminal access. There are no terminals currently connected to the laboratory, the office, and the shelter. Okay, yeah, it has to be a place that we've put on the map today. Electronic mail, this is kind of what I was mainly here for. The permissions of this terminal do not allow for access to electronic mail account. Oh yeah, okay, wait. There was a note about that, wasn't there? Let me see here. Electronic. Only access via the security terminal. That was a red note. Currently, this feature can only be accessed via the terminal located in the office. Okay, so this thing about red notes being false is turning out to be true. Okay, so in my notes, I'm going to say this is a lie. It's actually in the office. Currently, this feature can only be accessed via terminal located. Okay, yeah. Gotta find the office for the electronic mail. Okay. Good to know. Data transfers from Synca are not currently available. Okay, another thing for later. Glossary of terms. Oh, we've got some things that we have not come across yet, I guess. Is that what the question marks are? Okay, some game info, I guess. Adjoining rooms are. I guess maybe this is useful for like all the. This is where it starts to feel like a board game, where you've got like things are well defined to understand the rules of each room, basically. Adjoining rooms are considered adjoined if they are connected to each other via a doorway. Allowance. A set amount of gold granted at the beginning of each day. Your allowance is typically left in the entrance hall each morning. Okay, so if I had failed to notice that again, I would have found that out here. Archived floor plan. Floor plans that are hidden from view after drafting archives are considered archived floor plans. And I need to somehow remember which ones I don't have access to here so I can come back and check later. Bedroom. One of the most common type of rooms. Bedrooms are typically used for resting and regaining steps and are identifiable by the violet borders of their floor plans. None of this is really new, but so good to go over it. A blessing is a persistent benefit that lasts for several days, typically bestowed from shrine after an offering of gold has been made. Is that something I could do with the chapel that I somehow didn't know? Okay. Let me make a note about that just so I don't forget to double check. Or there's somewhere else besides the chapel that has a similar thing. Where are my red rooms? There they are. Chapel right there. Make a note to try offering gold for a blessing. Call it a day. You may call it a day at any time. This will end the current day and reset the rooms on the estate, your inventory, and your steps. When you run out of steps, you'll be forced to call it a day. Checked item. If on your estate you have drafted a code check, you may use it to check an item. This will allow you to retrieve that item on any day you have a code check on your estate. The color of a floor plan will usually indicate the type of room. Violet for bedrooms, orange for hallways, green for green rooms, yellow for shops, red for red rooms, and blue for blueprints, the default type. And multicolored for the aquarium. I guess the aquarium somehow magically counts for all of these. there aren't very many things I can think of where that comes to play. The one I can think of, there is one that the tomato soup counts the red rooms, for example. I would assume the aquarium would count for that, for example. A dead end is any room lacking a second doorway. If a room ever has additional doorways, it is not considered a dead end, even if those doorways are blocked. Occasionally, you may find piles of dirt on the estate. These dig spots, often found in green rooms, can be dug up with the help of a shovel and may contain hidden items. There is also a red room with one. Directory contains detailed information for all rooms on the estate that you have drafted. You may access the directory. Yeah, okay. Dirigiblocks. In the commissary, players may find the arcade cabinet for the popular game Dirigiblocks. This is sort of like combination of Digimon and Minecraft. To the dismay of bored members of the staff, the cabinet has not been in working order for the last several years. Although the game is not currently accessible, it is scheduled to be added in a future patch. Oh, is this like a meta note about the game? Like, that'll soon be playable? Or maybe not necessarily soon, but... Okay. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Okay, we've got both dig and dirt with like the same thing. Okay. Drafting, the action of selecting a floor plan from the 3 options presented to you after clicking a door is known as drafting. The draft pool is the total number is the total collection of currently available floor plans from which 3 are drawn at the beginning of a draft. Okay. The draft pool is kind of a hidden selection. Drawing is the initial pulling of the 3 floor plan of the 3 floor plans from the draft pool at the beginning of drafting. To illustrate the difference between drawing and drafting, remember that 3 floor plans are drawn, but only 1 is drafted. Yes. Oh my gosh, so many notes. East wing, rooms of the house that are the 9 rooms that border the very right edge of the house. Okay, the wings are considered the very edge. Good to know. Certain rooms have an effect that is only triggered upon physically entering the room. These rooms are marked on their floor plans by an icon of an open door. Okay. I wasn't paying attention to that with the gymnasium since I hadn't selected it yet. But that's like the opposite of the bedroom. Going through it costs you extra movement. The estate refers to all the explorable areas of Mount Holly, including the rooms currently drafted as well as the grounds. The house, on the other hand, is only referring to the current rooms as shown on the Mount Holly blueprint. When your steps reach 0, you are exhausted and too tired. Yeah, call it a day. Experiment from the terminal located in laboratory. I already know about those. I'm going to kind of start skimming these. The life of every room begins as a floor plan, a square paper sketch drawn by an architect from a pool of potential ideas, the draft pool. Valuable resources used by architects who draft special floor plans. Glossary of terms, a feature on the network that you are now perusing. A list of words and architectural jargon that is intended to make simple the terms you will encounter on the estate. Entries marked ? Will become gradually revealed as you progress. Gold coins. Green room. Floor plans that have a green border are known as green rooms. These rooms are associated with outdoor areas and gardens and are naturally synergistic with one another. Grounds include many areas of interest, including the campsite, apple orchard, and west path. Orange floor plans, known as hallways, are rooms that often contain many doors. They provide architects the means to branch off into different paths, allowing for greater flexibility. The house refers to the 45 floor plan grid of Mount Holly. Only the rooms currently drafted are considered part of the house. As an architect, you may wish to view the previous layouts and room configurations from days past. This useful feature can be accessed from the system menu. Inventory items refer to both special items, unique items in your inventory, as well as resource items such as keys, gems, gold, etc. Okay, that explains. I was wondering about this. So, things like the closet give you 2 items. That includes special items, but also resource items. So, usually with the closet, I would find like shoes, a special item, and a key, a resource item. Then we have the tool shed, which only gives you 2 special items. So there you would not find a key or gem. Okay, now I understand the difference there. As per the rules laid forth in your great uncle's will, objects found on the estate must be left behind whenever you call it a day. So who's around reshuffling things and resetting the house and grabbing all the items and putting them in random places, huh? Keys are a common resource used to open and block doors. There are also some unique special keys that can unlock special doors or rooms that only appear in specific locations in the house. I guess the key cards would probably fall under that category. Keycard door. Electronic powered doors of reinforced steel that can only be accessed via keycard are considered security locked. These doors appear with more frequency the higher up in rank you are in the house. I don't think I've encountered one yet. But I do have an entry here. As you explore the house, you will find that some doors are locked. Locked doors appear more often the higher rank you are in the house. Okay, interesting that they're giving all this info, and most of this is just found naturally or through the red and blue clues. Why have this as well? I mean, I guess maybe I found this terminal too early because of the password thing. I'm curious now if I was actually expected to figure out this password based on what little information I had already. I did end up having to guess it. Looking at my notes, where'd my notes go? I was really only able to figure out the first S, and then the last 4 letters SONG. Those I was reasonably confident on just from looking at the image. That was somehow enough to go on. And then the hint from the I don't even know if I doubt it was a deliberate hint for the password, but the license plate and the Swimbird, which was that the name of one of Mary's books, I think, or something like that. Got the W in my mind, and then there was only the middle part that was left, and that was enough info to guess Swan Song. Isn't that an actual term? It sounds familiar. Oh yeah, it is. A person's final public performance or professional activity before retirement. So this whole situation is our great uncle's swan song, I guess, in a way, right? Back to my initial train of thought. Yeah, there must be some more clues to that password that I managed to get by without needing. In which case you're meant to kind of find this terminal even later. Maybe. I don't know. It's all really basic stuff, though, as well, so I don't know. These rooms are often heavy in mechanics and often contain control systems that can interact with other elements on the estate. These rooms are marked by simple gear. Each terminal on the estate is connected to a local network named Blackbridge. What's the significance of giving this network a name like this? This network allows users to remotely connect to other active terminals as well as providing access to staff services and other handy features like this glossary. Okay. Outer room. Rooms drafted only from a door located outside of the house on the grounds of Mount Holly. West path access is required before these rooms are accessible. Permanent. Most things on the estate reset from one day to the next. It's the nature of the house. Does that mean there's not someone resetting everything? It just happens magically. However, a few things are permanent and are usually marked as such. Yeah. Power source. Boiler room is known as power source because it provides steam power to various rooms. Conveyed room to room via ducts that run across the ceiling. And power can be transported across great distances as long as you continue to string together rooms that contain power ducts. Each row of rooms in your house makes up a rank. As you progress north, the rank increases. There are 9 ranks. However, among the staff, whispers of a 10th rank can often be overheard. It's got to be where 46 is, I would assume, based on the layout. Rarity. How often a floor plan is drawn from the drafting pool is determined by its rarity. There are 4 rarities: commonplace, normal, uncommon, and rare. Some rooms and items allow you to throw back the first 3 options from the drafting pool for a fresh set of potential rooms. This is known as drawing new floor plans. Beware the rooms of red. They offer powerful expansion options but come at a dangerous cost. Yeah. We have a way to negate that on some runs if we really want to. That would be, we'll have to do that at some point. Each morning, the house returns to its default position, and all drafted rooms in for resets. Yeah, okay, security locked. Electric power doors, reinforced steel that can only be accessed via keycard, are considered security locked. These doors appear more frequently the higher up in the rank you are. Floor plans adorned by borders of gold, yellow are shops that typically offer goods for a service in exchange for coins. Special floor plan. These floor plans are slightly more rare and cost gems to draft. They often offer more unique, complex, and exciting effects. Special items referring to an item that is unique and inventory bound as opposed to resource items. Spread. When a spread occurs, items are randomly distributed across all rooms currently active in the estate. The more rooms in your house, the larger the spread. The locker room. Spread keys throughout the house. Office. Opportunity to earn gold and spread. Oh, I actually recognize that effect. We actually came across the office once but didn't choose it, didn't we? Okay. There are several ways to increase the amount of stars. Several. Visible in the night. Oh, no. Wait, yeah. Wait, what? To increase the amount of stars visible in the night sky. The easiest method, of course, is drafting the observatories. Each additional star creates new formations of constellations, which in turn provide beneficial effects. So apparently there are other ways besides the observatories. Interesting. Mount Holly is equipped with several state-of-the-art computer terminal stations that control various systems on the estate electronically. Each terminal is also connected to a central local network. Yeah. Tomorrow. Room Zip 5 benefits in the future belong in a special category of floor plans. Tomorrow rooms. They are marked with a clock symbol. The sauna. Temporarily, you will start the day with 20 extra steps. Very nice. Probably a rare room. Trunk. A small wooden chest often found in rooms always locked and usually containing a few items of interest. Upgrade. There are a number of data disks that can be found on the estate that contain potential room upgrades that were planned but never executed by the Baron. West Path, a charming path that winds through the wooded area that runs alongside the west wing of the house. This path can be accessed from both the garage and the west gate, which is usually kept latched and locked. The west wing rooms of the house are okay, I need to read the whole thing for it to make sense. The west wing rooms of the house are the 9 rooms that border the very left edge of the house. There we go. Okay, that was a lot of reading, and not a whole lot of new info. There were a couple of good things in there. Good to know this exists. There's still some question marks. I'll take an image of these later, so I know which ones I need to read the next time I come through here. Ooh, okay, well, I'm glad I came back to this room, but we are definitely done with this run. Sad to say. Yeah, pretty sure there's nothing else to do except call it a day. Call it a day in real life too. Doing 3 long sessions today was not my initial plan, but this is good. This is fun. I mean, that includes the time I spent reviewing the footage while I was taking care of other stuff. Quaint cottage.